state? And is that something that the Peace Officers Commission addresses?
Well, you look, I don't want to get into the specifics of everything, but we want to look at, there's a couple things that have happened here that we want to pay attention to. And I've asked John Bourne to spend a lot of time looking at the reform that we've seen in Los Angeles. Maybe part of it is connected to Bill Bratton, who's now in New York. He went into Los Angeles at a difficult time. And there is a sense that the community and the law enforcement officers are kind of one. They work at the consistent purposes, not at cross purposes. Alicia will tell you that there have been significant gains in Cincinnati. I mean, just think about it. It wasn't that long ago when things were exploding in Cincinnati. And there have been many steps taken, which we're going to learn a lot from, that can be used not only in Ohio, but perhaps around the country. So we've got to look at all of these different issues. And we would hope to assemble, and these ladies will be intimately involved in input in terms of who they'll be all involved, and then help us to make a good selection. I spoke to the mayor of Cleveland today. He thinks this is the right thing to do to move forward. I really appreciate his input, his guidance. I know Senator Turner does as well. We can bring improvements. There's no question about it. Can we solve it all? No. But this is a first step. And then beyond that, I have an interest in looking at some of the very deep issues. But this is just going to take time, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. This is what must be done now to give folks in the community a sense that somebody is paying attention who's in authority. That, I hope, will go a long way, giving people a sense that we're all part of one family here.
Governor, what do you say to the law enforcement community who some feel their character is under attack, that their motives are under attack? There are obviously a lot of good law enforcement out there. What do you say to that?
Well, I'd say, look, that's certainly not the case. You heard, I thought that what Senator Turner said here was really, really strong and really on point about this is not an attack on anybody. But, we all have to look at how we can improve. Even I have to spend time figuring out how I can be a better governor. Okay, that's okay. And I shouldn't do that, right? None of us can get it all right. We know that the vast majority of law enforcement officers, I mean, that's as tough a job as you could find. Imagine getting out of a police car at 2 o'clock in the morning and searching a warehouse or even doing a stop on the highway, how dangerous it can be. But we need to make sure that for those that aren't very good at their job, that there's a way to deal with that, whether it's training or whatever. But I want to be clear about this. This is not designed to divide our state. This is designed to bring people together in our state so that we can be healthier and stronger in our communities. And let me have Senator Turner, comes from a unique position. She told me, it's really interesting. It's really interesting. When my son is in his uniform, he plays one role, and sometimes when he walks out of his house is just a plainclothes African American. Sometimes it's a different role.